Well, hey folks, this is John with Ozarks Backroads with you. I'm back at it again. I'm back out in the woods on another beautiful day here in the Missouri Ozarks. It's February and it's going to be 70 degrees today, so I had to get out of the world headquarters and get out in it. Today we're on our new Kawasaki, our KLX300 back here. I've got it out in the woods with me. And we're over by Eminence, Missouri today. We're going to take a ride along the Jacks Fork River, kind of head east out of Eminence and follow the Jacks Fork River to the east as it makes its way to the Current River, where it dumps into the Current River. I'm going to try to find, scout out some camping locations for later on in the season when it warms up. I'm going to do some dry camping with the new Kawasaki and really get it out in the woods. So stick around. We'll take the Kawasaki for a ride along the 11-Point River here in Shannon County, Missouri. We'll take a look at our KLX here, our 300 Kawasaki. Got it out with us today. I can't remember what all I had done to it on the last video. I've added a few things on it. I think since that video, I changed the handlebar. The bar is a Renthal. It's a Ricky Johnson CR high bend, I believe is the bar that is, the Renthal bar. And then I got the Pro Taper adapters to adapt the 1 1/8 down to the 7/8 factory. On the tree here there's 7/8, and then this is the 1 1/8 bar, so that raises the bar up almost an inch, and then the bars themselves have a higher bend to them than the stock bars. It's quite a bit more comfortable, and I was able to kind of tip them forward a little bit to get them up higher and kind of get them out of my lap. The stock bars were just a little bit too close to me. So I think I'm going to like those all right. And then I think the other thing that I've added are the double take mirrors I put on this since the last video. I kind of like these double take mirrors. They're about impossible to destroy, which I like. And they're infinitely adjustable. You can really get them. You can see how far I've got this mirror out past the end of the handlebar to kind of see around my shoulder. So you can really adjust those things wherever you want them. And I do like that, and they're good mirrors. You can see good out of them. We're going to continue on here. Head out along the river. Kind of swampy right in here. So here we are. This is the Jacks Fork River right over here. We're coming up on it. Just a beautiful spot along the river. This bluff, I just really love this bluff. It overhangs the road down through here. It's really pretty. Plenty of water in the river. I wouldn't say it's high, but it's not low. And actually for this time of year, this is the first week or second week of February. A lot of times the rivers and stuff will be up, and this road is not even accessible. The river will get up over the road through here, and you can't even get out here. There's a black snake. Looks like somebody had run over it. Here's a squashed possum. Somebody definitely ran over that thing. I'm digging the new KLX here, the new Kawasaki. I've just about got it. Everything done to it that I'm wanting to do to it. I've done a lot of mods on it, but it costs a lot of money when you buy a new motorcycle. It doesn't matter what you get. You end up doing a bunch of mods to make it to suit you. And you spend a lot of money doing that, extra money. So when I bought this, that was just the start. I've probably got, oh man, I haven't added up all the prices, everything I've done, but I'm sure I'm in the probably $1,500 or more in modifications on this bike that I've added on to it. Well, we're back on the river here. Yeah, this is beautiful. Look at that water. Really nice. You can see the bottom. Beautiful color. And another bluff. These bars are a lot better for standing. They're quite a bit higher than my old bars, the stock bars. I was really crouched over with the stock bars standing. I felt like I was just crouched over the front tire. So I like this a lot better. I'm still crouched just a little bit with these, but it's not nearly as bad as it was. I think they'll be fine. There are a lot of trails that people ride horses on back in here as well. We may see some people out on their horses today. Wouldn't surprise me. There's some evidence of a horse. You see all this water crest right here. So this is a spring. So I guess this is Powell Spring right here. You can see the water boiling up out of the ground. Just some gravel there, and the spring's boiling up out of that. All that water crest, and I see some more boiling up right here. Go down here and look. Comes up in through here and then runs into the creek, or into the river right here. So that's not much of a spring. I'm surprised it's got a name. That little spring's just a bubbling away. Interesting. We will jump back on the mighty KLX here and continue on out. We're going to follow this river out to where it meets the current river downstream a few miles here. And that is the, I believe the map said Powell Spring. So I'm really surprised a spring that small has a name on Google Maps, but it's on there. So somebody named it. These horses. There's some rogue horses that are loose. They came up on me when I was flying the drone just a few minutes ago. This white horse you see right here. Well, there's one in front and one in back. Took one look at me and they turned around and took off like they were wild. And I don't know if they are wild. They may be wild horses. I think there is some wild horses down in Shannon County where we're at. But those aren't marked, and you can just tell by looking at them they're not kept. So yeah, well, they didn't want nothing to do with me. The lead horse there, they came around the corner. That lead horse took one look at me and immediately spun around, and the whole herd They went off up in the woods and then went all the way around me and then back down to the road. And now I've caught up with them again. So they had somewhere they were going, and I was in the way, so they went around. Whoa. And that's why we use a map. I would have followed that main road for sure. I don't know where that goes. Probably back up through the woods and over to Grandma's house on the other side of the mountain somewhere. How you doing? It's a beautiful day. 5 or 6 of them, I heard them coming up the road, and they came around the corner, and the lead horse looked at me, and they instantly just spun and took off. And they went up in the woods and they went around me, came back on the road, and then I caught up with them again and they took off again. But they were kind of white and gray, all of them. Are they wild or are they somebody's?
No, they're wild.
Yeah, they sure acted like it. They weren't the petting kind of horses. Those were wild horses. Apparently there's a group of them right in here. And that was them. They didn't want to hang around and visit with me very much, I know that. This is where the two rivers come together, right here. Oh, this is perfect. The sun's out. This right here is the river that we've been following down here. This is the Jack's Fork River. This river over here is the Current River. This is where the Jack's Fork River right here runs into the Current River. Beautiful. They call this Two Rivers. All right, here we are on the Current River. Just right down here is where the Jack's Fork runs into the Current down here. We just went past that junction and came up the road about a 1/4 mile, and we're up here on the Current River. Just a beautiful, beautiful area. This is one of the areas I was thinking about camping this summer. We've got a huge gravel bar that goes all the way around the inside bend. This river makes a horseshoe right here, horseshoe bend. The river is really pretty right here. I was thinking maybe I would come down here and spend a night. I can get the KLX right out on this gravel bar, no problem. Well, I won't say no problem, but I can get it out here. We'll get the drone up here and run up and down the river and get a good look at this gravel bar. I think this would be a cool place to camp. Oh yeah, there's the river there. That's the Jack's Fork. Heading east. Well, let's see. We've seen wild horses today. Haven't seen any deer. And they also have elk. Elk in Shannon County. Elk herds in Shannon County, Missouri as well. But I've never seen any elk in here along the Jacks Fork, but I'd never seen any wild horses along the Jacks Fork till today either, so. But I'm not sure where the elk herds are, but they're along the rivers, so it's possible. I have seen elk in Shannon County before, but just not right through here. Oh, one thing that I wanted to mention that I forgot to mention when I was talking about these this Renthal handlebar that I put on the bike, I did have to change my clutch cable. The stock cable was too short. The stock cable is just barely long enough to make the trip with the stock bar, and it's way too short. If you get a higher bar or a wider bar or higher bar, you're probably going to need to get a longer clutch cable. And I wound up just ordering a clutch cable for a 1997 through, or 1999 through 2007 Kawasaki KLX300R. That cable is about 2 inches longer than the stock cable that came on this, and it's just about perfect. An inch would have been enough. 2 inches was just a little bit too much, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. But yeah, I'll put the part number and show you a picture of the difference between the two cables, between the stock cable and that new cable. But that's what I ordered it for, a 99 through 2007 KLX300R. Yeah, in the summertime you come down here, it's this is a pretty this is a real popular stretch of the Jacks Fork River here from Eminence east over towards Two Rivers. People float this thing. There's quite a few outfitters there in Eminence that put people on the river, and there'll be a lot of people out here in the summer. Not so many in February. Haven't seen one yet. Back under this overhang right here. And don't smack the bluff with your handlebar. That's a no-no. It's a cool spot though. Without a doubt. Folks, I appreciate you all hanging out with me, taking a ride down the Jacks Fork River to its conclusion where it dumps into the Current River. We're about a quarter mile up the Current River from where the Jacks Fork dumps into it here on a beautiful big gravel bar on the inside of bend of the river here. It looks like a good place for Ozarks Backroads to pitch a tent one of these days when it warms up. I'm going to have to start heading back towards the world headquarters. The sun's getting low on the horizon, and the temperature is going to start falling, and I'd just as soon be inside the world headquarters when that happens. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I appreciate you all hanging with me. I invite you to come back and see me. We'll jump on something and go somewhere. Till I catch up with you again, you all take care of yourselves. We'll catch you next time.